Our top story on India First is the shocking gangland killings in Edmonton, Canada, where a 41-year-old suspected drug lord of Indian origin, Harpreet Singh Uppal, was shot dead. Sadly, his 11-year-old son was also shot dead outside a mall and a petrol station in Edmonton. There was another 11-year-old in the car. Fortunately, he managed to get out alive and run away from the scene of crime unharmed. These images that you see on your television screen have been released by the Edmonton Police Department in Canada, and I want to for a moment go full frame on these images. Police believe these CCTV images are of that 41-year-old man who was being trailed in a black BMW. In these images, you will see a black-colored BMW X6. A shooter is believed to have stepped out of the BMW when Uppal's car was parked outside the mall and petrol pump. The man identified Uppal. Watch these images carefully. That's that black BMW. A man walks out of that BMW, opens fire and kills Uppal. What the Canadian police have described as sick and twisted is the fact that the shooter then shot at and killed the 11-year-old child. This wasn't a crossfire. The child wasn't killed accidentally. The killer is suspected to have aimed at that child and killed him. Before I get you more on this big story, let's quickly listen in to the Edmonton police.
When I say targeted, in our world, especially when we're dealing with, gangsters, what we mean by that is, like Mr. Uppal, we absolutely believe he was targeted in the sense that he was followed with the intention of finding him and ending his life. And it happened. With the young boy, his son, we don't know yet. And I hope we learn for sure that it wasn't the case that he was followed with the intention of killing him. So we don't know that he was targeted in that sense. But what we do know, and sadly, is that once the shooter or the shooters learned that the son was there, they intentionally killed him, shot and killed him. So he was not caught in a crossfire or killed by mistake.
Last week, a 27-year-old man of Indian origin, Paramveer Chahil, was shot at multiple times and killed in the parking lot of his building in downtown Toronto. Police are currently investigating whether these killings are linked and part of a wider gang war for supremacy in Canada. Police believe that these gangs are organized and have access to sophisticated weapons. Also under investigation at this stage is that black BMW X6 XUV that was used to track and kill Uppal and his son. That BMW was located some distance away. It had been set on fire. Now, was that to destroy evidence? Let's listen into the Toronto police on the killing of the 27-year-old man, Paramveer Chahil, that man of Indian origin. That was last week.
Approximately 7:17 p.m. this evening, officers responded to a shooting call at the address behind me, which is 388 Yonge Street. When they arrived on scene, they found a male to have been shot in the underground parking of this address. The underground parking is a shared parking between 388 and 386 Yonge Street. At this time, there's very little I can give you because we're very early in the investigation. What we're asking for is help from the public. Anybody who witnessed this incident or has dash cam video, we ask that they come forward and call 416-808-5200 or 416-222-TIPS. At this point, I can tell you that the male was pronounced deceased and was shot multiple times. We believe that the incident occurred in the underground parking and that the male was targeted. So we don't believe that there is any risk to the public, and we at this time have no suspect information.